Have formed the group People for the Parks and Trails of Jackson, Aaron Dimick and Andrew Sargeant. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You guys have done so much. Every time we touch base, it's amazing the amount of work you guys have done in the community. What's the latest thing you guys have been working on, Aaron?
Well, we're getting ready to launch our fall project.
Awesome.
So we're really excited about that. Typically what we do is we, as an entity, work with the Parks and Recreation Department through Andrew, and we talk to Andrew about where the needs are, and then he identifies them, and then we work out a fall schedule, and then we put the people into the parks where they need to be.
And the paintbrushes are going to be needed this time, Andrew.
For sure, yeah. Just updating Nixon, the pavilion just outside the pool area is definitely needed, and then we'll shift over to Lions Park.
Cool.
So they get a lot of people that run through there, and graffiti gets put on them.
Yeah.
You can see it's due for an updating.
So you'll paint the whole thing, the whole deal?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Underneath, and just go over some spots of
Sure.
the poles and stuff like that.
And
Just to clean it up.
And these are neighborhood pavilions, Aaron, where people celebrate birthdays, graduations, or just a Saturday barbecue.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we're taking care of all assets of our parks. We typically do a project where we go and pick up sticks and pick up trash and help with the maintaining of the gardens and tree lines and stuff like that. So this is really exciting. I love painting, so I'm excited for this. But this is
Not
going to be...
many people say that.
Yes. I like tedious projects. But this is the first time that we're going to be doing a painting project, so it's going to offer some variety to our volunteer base.
So what do people need to bring if they want to volunteer? Do they need to bring anything?
Basically just themselves.
Oh, that's easy
Yeah,
enough.
I mean, if they want to bring gloves,
Yeah.
just in case they are gonna, be separated and pick up garbage, but
Sure.
they want to bring gloves just because they don't want to get paint on their hands.
Yeah.
But pretty much just themselves. All the supplies will be provided. So if people just want to show up, and we'll provide the paint, the paintbrushes, ladders, and Aaron will bring water and stuff like that. But it's pretty simple, and it's just simple little projects like this that just really clean up the parks.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference, even though it's just a small thing to do.
It's awesome that you guys, you guys both work in town and you spend your free time bettering the community. That's awesome. Where's that passion come from?
Oh, really? Just wanting to be involved in the community and take care of the spaces around me. I care deeply about Jackson. I like being an advocate for Jackson, so I want to do what I can to make it even better.
I mean, for me, I grew up here.
Yeah.
So I've been here out of the 47 years of existence. I've been here 45 of them.
2 years you worked at TGI Fridays in Florida.
That's inaccurate. I worked there 6 months. I worked for Delray Beach Parks and Rec. Not 2 years at Fridays.
Okay.
You're funny.
But yeah, you're right. Jackson's home. I mean, you
For sure.
coach baseball here. You've worked with youth here forever. Your kids have grown up here. It's a special place for you guys.
For sure, yeah. This is where, like you said, I'm raising my children. I work for the City of Jackson Parks and Recreation Department, so just helping oversee the aspect of our department in a sense of, what you put back into your community, that's where you're going to get back in return. And I fully feel that. Even though I do work for them, I think no matter what, I think people should come out and volunteer.
That's
and
cool.
Just like I said, whatever you put in, that's what you're going to get back in return from your community.
So 2 painting pavilion projects,
Yes.
and then Halloween, one of your favorite holidays.
One of my favorite holidays, yeah. So really excited to do the 2 painting projects, and then we're going to return for our second annual Halloween cleanup of Mount Evergreen Cemetery. So what we did last year is we got some people together and told some spooky stories about people who were buried at the cemetery. Linda Haas helped me with some of that information. So we get together and we tell the spooky stories, and then we get to work. And there is a fair amount of trash that collects there over the year, and then we pick that up. And a lot of it is helping out with leaves and removing sticks, big branches, that kind of thing. So I want to say we did it last year in just under 2 hours.
How big is that cemetery?
Oh, why are you going to ask me
I'm
that?
sorry. It's bigger than it looks, is what I'm saying. It's
Yeah, I mean, it's not as big as Woodland. Woodland
Right.
is 33 sections.
Okay.
Mount Evergreen, I would say, is I believe it's about 12 sections, so it's not as big as Woodland. Acreage, I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest with you.
Well, that
But it's
narrows
not
it
as
down.
big as Woodland.
Section could be anything. Could be an acre. Could be a hectare. It could be.
It's just easier to say by sections.
Yeah.
I just know Woodland has 33 sections. That's pretty big.
I like
so,
it.
Yeah.
What color are you painting the pavilions?
We're going to stick to the same colors. Just go with that.
Municipal green.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it'll be, when you saw in the pictures, it'll be light up top.
Yeah.
And, the top of the roof is, green. As you can see, it's that.
Oh, that's
Are
nice.
those posts metal or wood?
They're metal.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Yeah. So if those need to be touched up, we'll do that. But we'll probably, like you can see, it needs to be painted, but we'll probably stick with the beige
Yeah.
color, the khaki color. So
Yeah, you need to have it. It needs to be a light color under there.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, and as far as volunteering goes, anyone is welcome to come out and volunteer. You don't have to be a City of Jackson resident. You don't have to be a member of our organization. It's really just about showing up and getting to work.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys about the neighborhoods that you've worked in and done some projects. What's the response been from the neighbors who have really utilized those parks?
Yeah, I would say we've gotten a really great response. Our last event was in August, and that was at Exchange Park, and we cleaned up a fence line, so the area that's shared with the homes and the park. And I believe a neighbor came out and said that he hasn't been able to see that fence since the 1980s.
That's insane. That's crazy.
So I think people are noticing what
Yeah.
we're doing, and we do hear that. And we really want to do what we can to get more people involved because we want to make sure everyone feels included, but also the goal of our organization is for people to feel more included and take ownership over their public spaces. So really, if it's in your neighborhood or maybe it's not in your neighborhood, maybe you live outside the city, we welcome anyone who wants to make a difference.
Could get some of those people that walk around with those metal detectors signed up because they're there anyway.
We don't have much of that in Jackson.
I saw one at Vandercook Lake the other day.
Really? Oh, I see that once in a while at Vandercook Lake.
Yeah, like you'll go to beaches and they'll
Right.
be there. But
Yeah.
really, Aaron does a tremendous job just getting the information out. He's very good at that. Obviously, that's what he does for the city. But he just does a good job at spearheading a lot of these tasks that we have coming up. Obviously, we work together, but he's real good about getting the information out. And it's easy for what we do and just setting these simple tasks up. But if these city residents or whoever comes out to volunteer their time, if we don't get these people, then it's not really a successful group. So we really need to put it on, not put it on them, but thank them for coming out and volunteering their
Right.
time, because those people are city residents that are coming out to give back their time. So since this group was started, we really have had a consistent core group of people that have come out and given their time and trying to make our parks and trails better, and we truly appreciate that.
It's awesome.
Are you still fundraising for your Christmas lights project?
Well, you may have seen that Santa came to Jackson and went
Yes.
down the slide.
I saw that.
So yeah, being a nonprofit, we're always looking at how we can do fundraising. But we had our Christmas in July. We made well over $1,000 from that, and that was really great. So the money there is going to go support us in doing the work to put up lights in parks. And then we also did a fundraiser last month at the mini golf course. You've heard of a golf outing, of course, but we thought a mini golf outing would be an inventive idea. So I think people agreed, and we raised nearly $600.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
that is really great. It just goes to support our organization so we can do our work, but then we also have plans of doing small park improvements. We've provided 2 trash cans for the trail through a grant from the Community Foundation, and then we're working with the city to supply some bike racks next year.
Well, keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks
thank
a
you,
lot.
guys.
Really appreciate it.
From People for the Parks and Trails, Aaron Dimick and Andrew Sargeant. The morning show continues after the